If you're looking to grab an electric car heading into 2024, it's no secret that you're going to have to part with a lot of cash. I mean, just look at the Tesla Model 3, Audi E-Tron, and even the Toyota BZ4X. They all cost upwards of $50,000, and with the right specs, can even start reaching six-figure price tags. Well, what if I told you that you could get your hands on an all-electric GT cruiser for less than $25,000? Your dreams are going to come to life in this video, as we take a look at the NETA GT, the world's only affordable electric GT. Now, the first question I bet you have rolling around in your head is, what on earth is NETA? I mean, this brand isn't exactly a household name, is it? Well, the story behind NETA is actually pretty interesting. The company is a subsidiary of the Chinese EV manufacturer Hozon Auto, which has some big players like CATL as investors. Hozon Auto was founded back in 2014, and the NETA brand itself came to life 3 years later, with the release of the N01 subcompact SUV. The actual name NETA, or Netza in Chinese, refers to a very well-known mythological character. There are many stories of Netza conquering the sea, journeying to the west, and defeating enemies such as Sun Wukong. So, this prestigious name definitely hints at how much the investors are backing this brand. The goal behind this brand is very simple. Hozon Auto, using NETA, want to provide the public with affordable electric vehicles that will allow them to pursue their dreams. In fact, the company's main brand message reads, "We all crave the freedom of convenient, effortless travel. Daring to express ourselves, unconventional and confident, we believe there is a path beneath our feet and light ahead." So far, the company has released 5 cars, including the N01, the U, the V, the S, and the GT. The company's first couple of attempts in the EV market weren't very successful, to put it bluntly. I mean, in 2018, the company barely sold 1,200 units. Well, fast forward to 2022, and NETA sold over 150,000 units. A large reason for this success is that the company has been able to sit in a sweet spot in the Chinese market, offering very respectable stats while still keeping the price tag down. And the company has seriously found its groove with the GT, which is by far the best car in NETA's lineup. But before we dive in closer to take a look at this beautiful piece of engineering, make sure to drop this video a like and subscribe for more groundbreaking news, stories, and reviews in the automotive space. So, the first thing that's going to impress you about the NETA GT is the exterior design. Generally, when you buy a budget car, particularly an EV, you know that you're going to probably sacrifice on exterior looks. You just have to see the Citroën Ami to know what I'm talking about. But the NETA GT is different. It looks refined, modern, and luxurious, and to the uninitiated, this could easily pass off as a $50,000 car. The NETA GT features slick, smooth lines that give off a cool modern vibe, and from some angles, it looks a little bit like a mixture of a Porsche Cayman and a Tesla Model 3, with a low bonnet, high windscreen, and slightly boxy dimensions. As for dimensions, the GT comes in at 185.4 inches by 77.5 inches by 55.5 inches, making for a very proportional, not to mention practical design. But more on that a little later. The 6 color choices as standard are also excellent. The white and grey options look nice and subtle, or you can go for a flashier option with that deep red or electric blue. So, she's a pretty face. But what's the NETA GT like to drive? Because let's not get it twisted, most budget EVs from China are not known for their performance. I mean, the Wuling Hongguang Mini can't even reach 60 miles per hour. Well, to put it bluntly, the NETA GT is different, and performance is really where it shines. So there are actually 4 trims to go for. Both the 560 lines and standard 560 come equipped with a 64.27 kWh battery, which is good for about 350 miles. This power is sent to the rear wheels, and performance feels very strong. For even more power, you can opt for the 660 variant, which comes equipped with a 74.48 kWh battery and 4-wheel drive. This option will extend the range to an impressive 410 miles. But the real star of the show is the 580 variant, which uses a dual-motor setup powered by a 78 kWh battery pack. The system does bring the range back down to 360 miles, but compensates with excellent performance, like a 0 to 60 time of just 3.7 seconds. Coupled with this powertrain is excellent suspension, which has been custom designed for stable maneuverability, sharp steering, and awesome brakes that will allow you to tone down all that power when you need to. Altogether, this makes for a driving experience that really can't be understated. Yes, the NETA GT doesn't feel like a supercar on the road, but it sure is fun to drive. You can push it to the limits through corners, feel the body roll, and just churn through the road with a massive smile on your face. EVs get a lot of criticism for having no personality, but this certainly isn't the case with the NETA GT, which is responsive and immersive. So far, the NETA GT has been ticking all of the boxes. However, one area where this EV may fail to impress you is the interior. Now, this isn't to say that the inside looks bad, because it does feel very minimal and modern, and with that panoramic sunroof, you're getting a nice natural light that gives the cabin an airy feel. However, when you inspect the quality a little closer, you'll notice that those carbon fiber accents aren't actually carbon fiber. That leather on the seats? Yeah, it's also fake. This does bring the entire interior down a bit, and is definitely one of those areas where you can see why the NETA GT is so cheap. But to be honest, what can you expect from a car that costs 25 grand? To get to this price, there simply must be some trade-offs, and I've got a feeling that most people would prefer excellent performance, range and styling over premium leather on the seats. Plus, it's not like competitors like Tesla are exactly known for their high-quality interior design, right? Aside from this, the cabin is very comfortable, not to mention practical. For instance, there are innovative little storage compartments dotted all around the cabin, not to mention a surprising amount of room in the trunk and frunk. The only thing to note is that you might struggle to get adults in the back seats, because of the lack of legroom. But aside from this, the NETA GT feels surprisingly practical for a GT. What's more, the fairly lackluster quality of the cabin's materials is more than mitigated by the tech provided. If you've watched some of our other videos, you're probably aware that the infotainment systems and standard technology provided in Chinese EVs are leaps and bounds ahead of the Western competition. The same can be said about the NETA GT. Despite that $25,000 price tag, you're getting a 10.25-inch digital instrument panel, a huge 17.6-inch central touchscreen display that shows you TikToks of points of interest on the map, and a high-quality 12-speaker 4D sound system. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention the wireless charger, ambient lighting, and 4G connectivity. Alongside all this hardware, you're going to get NETA's Advanced Driver Assistance Systems, or ADAS, software package. Now, compared to some other brands like Li Auto, who has Huawei running the driverless tech show, NETA's ADAS system isn't revolutionary. Nevertheless, you're still getting handy features like lane keep assist and adaptive cruise control, which you likely won't find on many Western alternatives at this price point. A moment ago, I mentioned that there are 4 different trim levels to go for, so how much is each one going to set you back? Well, the 560 Lite model will set you back 178,800 RMB or $24,708. Then the 560 brings up the price to about $26,000. If you want the 4-wheel drive 660, it'll cost you slightly more at $28,000. And then, the most powerful model comes in at $31,000, which is still the best part of $5,000 less than the base Tesla Model 3. It's great to see such small increases in prices because so often companies market a car to be super cheap. But in reality, the only cheap model is the bare-bones base version, and if you want any sort of amenities, you'll have to shell out tens of thousands more. That's just not the case with the NETA GT. It's genuinely cheap, no matter the option that you go for. The GT actually went on sale in the first half of this year. However, you're not going to be able to get your hands on one unless you live in China. This is unfortunate, but there's a good chance that the company will branch out to new markets in the years to come. Ultimately, the NETA GT is the perfect display of what NETA can do as a brand, offer excellent quality and a brilliant driver experience without the wallet-busting price tag. NETA as a brand has gone unrecognized for a while now because its cars don't really excel in any one area. Instead, they're just pretty good at everything. But with cars this good at this price point, it's only a matter of time until NETA gets the respect that it deserves. So, don't forget about this underdog, because with prices and quality like this, NETA might just become the budget EV king of the world. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and subscribe for more reviews, news, and updates.